I realized my coworker had been taking credit for my work when my boss congratulated him for something I spent months building. I've always been the quiet one at work. I show up, do my job, and don't really play office politics. I believed hard work spoke for itself. My coworker, Ethan, was the opposite, confident, talkative, great at presenting himself. We were on the same team, but different roles. I handled most of the behind-the-scenes work. He handled meetings. At first, it worked well. I'd send him updates, data, ideas, and he'd present them to leadership. I trusted him to represent the team honestly. We were supposed to be collaborating. Then my boss pulled Ethan into a meeting and praised him publicly for his initiative and his long-term planning. He described my project, every detail, every challenge, every solution. I sat there smiling awkwardly while my stomach twisted. After the meeting, I told myself it was a misunderstanding. Maybe my boss knew I worked on it too. Maybe credit didn't matter as long as the team succeeded. But then it happened again and again. Emails I wrote were paraphrased in meetings as his ideas. Strategies I developed suddenly became things Ethan had been thinking about. When leadership asked questions, they asked him, not me. I finally checked the shared documents. My name had been quietly removed from several files. That's when it stopped feeling accidental. I confronted Ethan privately, calmly. I told him it felt like my contributions were being overlooked. He laughed and said I was being insecure. He said leadership cares about results, not who clicks the keyboard. He told me if I wanted credit, I should speak up more. That response changed everything. I started documenting, saving drafts, tracking timestamps, looping my manager into emails instead of sending things privately. I stopped feeding Ethan ideas he could repurpose. 2 weeks later, my manager asked why progress had slowed. I told the truth. I showed him the original files, the timelines, the edits, the messages. I didn't accuse, I just explained. The room went silent. My manager admitted he had no idea how much of the work was coming from me. He said Ethan had always framed things as his own initiative and that I'd never corrected the impression. An internal review followed. Ethan wasn't fired, but he was removed from the project and reassigned. I was promoted to lead it officially. You'd think that would feel like a win, but the office atmosphere changed instantly. Some coworkers congratulated me quietly. Others avoided me. A few hinted that I threw Ethan under the bus instead of handling it privately. One even said I should have been flattered someone wanted to take credit for my work. Ethan stopped speaking to me entirely. Now I walk into work every day knowing I did what I had to do, but also knowing I'm no longer the easy person to work with. And here's what I can't stop thinking about. If I hadn't spoken up, I'd still be invisible. But by speaking up, I became difficult. So I'm asking, in workplaces where credit equals opportunity, is staying quiet being professional? Or is it just letting someone else build a career on your work? What would you have done in my position?